Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for Biafrans. That reality is understood. Nnamdi Kanu cannot be separated from IPOB. The United States has encouraged Nigerian authorities to bring clarity and resolution to this case because prolonged detention tied to separatist agitation carries broader implications for governance and stability. Through engagement with President Bola Tinubu and attention to the judicial process under Justice Omotosho, our message has been consistent. Lawful processes must be timely, transparent, and seen to be fair. Once again, I urge President Tinubu and Justice Omotosho to his release. God bless United. God bless Nigeria.
Hello everyone. Welcome to AfriSide Forum, where we share important updates. Kindly watch the full video and tell us where you are watching it from in the comments section below.
This speech is not about endorsing separatism. It is not about supporting disorder. And it is certainly not about undermining Nigeria's sovereignty. It is about responsibility. It is about leadership. And it is about resolution. For many years, the Biafra question has existed beneath the surface of Nigerian politics, sometimes ignored, sometimes suppressed, sometimes addressed with force rather than dialogue. History shows that unresolved political grievances tied to identity do not disappear simply because they are contained. They evolve, they migrate, they return in new forms. Nnamdi Kanu did not create the Biafra grievance. He became its most visible symbol. And when political issues become symbolic, states must choose carefully how they respond. Because symbols, when detained without resolution, often gain more power, not less. The United States has engaged Nigerian authorities on this matter not because of one individual alone, but because prolonged detention tied to separatist agitation carries broader implications for governance, stability, and regional security. Nigeria is not just another country. It is Africa's most populous nation, a regional anchor, and a strategic partner. What happens in Nigeria does not remain within Nigeria. When institutions are perceived as slow, unclear, or unresponsive, narratives fill the vacuum. And in today's world, narratives travel faster than facts. Through diplomatic engagement with President Bola Tinubu and careful attention to the judicial process under Justice Omotosho, the American position has remained consistent and measured. Lawful processes must be timely, transparent, and clearly understood by both citizens and observers. Justice delayed, especially in politically sensitive cases, often becomes justice questioned. This is not a threat. It is not pressure. It is an observation grounded in global experience. From Europe to Asia to Africa, states that resolve internal political disputes through clarity and lawful finality emerge stronger. States that prolong uncertainty invite speculation, international scrutiny, and internal frustration. President Tinubu carries a historic responsibility. Leadership is not only measured by economic reforms or electoral victories, but by how difficult national questions are confronted. The Biafra issue is one of those questions. It predates this administration. It will likely outlast many political cycles. But moments arise when leadership can redirect history rather than defer it. Justice Omotosho, as a representative of Nigeria's judiciary, also carries institutional weight. Courts are not only places of law, they are symbols of confidence. When legal processes move decisively, institutions gain credibility. When they stall, institutions become subjects of debate rather than trust. The concern expressed by international partners is not about interference, it is about outcome. What is the end state? What does resolution look like? And how does Nigeria move forward without allowing one unresolved case to overshadow broader national progress? There are three paths before any state facing such a situation. The first is indefinite detention. History shows this path rarely brings peace. It freezes conflict rather than resolving it. It creates martyrs rather than closure. The second is force without dialogue. That path may bring temporary calm, but it deepens grievance and fractures societies over time. The third is lawful resolution combined with political maturity. This path is difficult. It requires confidence, but it is the path that preserves institutions while reducing tension. The United States has consistently encouraged the third path. Let me be clear, releasing Nnamdi Kanu does not equal endorsing IPOB. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu does not mean approving separatism. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu does not weaken the Nigerian state. In many cases, it strengthens it. Strong states are not afraid of political dialogue. Strong institutions are not threatened by lawful closure. Strong leadership understands that peace is not always achieved by silence, but by clarity. For Biafrans and supporters of IPOB, this moment should not be misunderstood. No external power can deliver independence. No foreign government can decide Nigeria's internal political structure. That responsibility belongs to Nigerians alone, through lawful, constitutional means. What international engagement signals is attention, not alignment. And attention changes calculations. Nigeria's stability matters to Africa. It matters to global markets. It matters to security frameworks. And it matters to millions of Nigerians whose lives are affected by unresolved political tensions. This is why prolonged uncertainty is costly. When grievances are left unanswered, younger generations inherit anger without context. When dialogue is absent, misinformation thrives. When legal processes appear endless, faith in institutions erodes. These are not theories.